What is the best way to improve your IELTS score? Is there an easiest way? Is there a way with the least difficult path? Hi, I'm Jerry with Global Connection ESL. Today, this video is going to be talking about superlatives. This is the way of using adjectives to describe something with many other parts, maybe other parts of the group. Before we jump into this lesson, would you subscribe to this channel? You can do that just by clicking the notification bell down below. Take a look down there. It's right there. Go ahead and click it and subscribe to this channel. And if you do, you'll get more updates when I make next videos. Okay, so talking about superlatives, the best way to do something. Let's go ahead and jump in. So this lesson is going to be about superlatives. This is the next step after comparatives. Let's jump in. So when we have superlatives, we compare 3 or more items or situations, or we compare something with all the other items in that group. We use superlatives for this type of multiple comparisons with others in a group. So if you watch the comparative video that I just recorded for you, you'll know that I talked a bit about the number of syllables an adjective has. So let's look again just quickly at number of syllables in adjectives. One syllable words are examples here. We have fast, cheap, cold, hot, sweet. Just one sound to say the word. But there are also 2 syllable adjectives: easy, busy, happy, simple, pleasant, complex. And we have 3 or more syllable words: beautiful, dangerous, delicious, difficult, and expensive. Do you know some other 3 syllable adjectives? I bet you do. So for a superlative, we're going to compare one thing with all the other in that group, or 3 or more. So for example, if we have the word fast, we're going to change that to fastest because we just need to add est to the end of the word. His car is the fastest car in the race. So we compare one car with all the other cars in the race. Cheapest. The cheapest dish on the menu is the salad. So the salad is being compared to all the other foods on that menu. Cold becomes coldest, est. Hot becomes hottest. And you'll notice that hot needs to double the T. This is because we have the short sound of the vowel before the consonant at the end of the word. So hot, big, sad, those are examples of words that you need to double the consonant at the end of the word. And sweet. Sweet becomes sweetest by adding est. For 2 syllable words, we talked about words that end in y. If the word ends in y, change the y to an I and then add est. So the word easy becomes easiest, I-E-S-T. English is the easiest subject of all my classes. Busy, we change by dropping the y and adding I-E-S-T. Thanksgiving Day is a relaxing day, but the day after Thanksgiving is the busiest shopping day of the year. And the last example, happy. We drop the y, add I, and est, happiest. She was the happiest in her life when her baby was born. There are other 2 syllable words that end in er, ow, or le. In this case, you simply want to add est, or sometimes just st. Like bitter becomes bitterest. Durian is one of the bitterest fruits in Asia. Shallow. Shallow becomes shallowest. And simple, because it ends in E, we just add EST. Simplest. This was the simplest math problem on the test. Other two-syllable words that do not follow that first two rules, we would use the word the and then most or least to describe the situation. So pleasant. Pleasant is a nice, fine, happy, good feeling. So we would say pleasant becomes the most pleasant. Complex becomes the most complex. Useful becomes the most useful. And nervous becomes the least nervous. Most or least. I was the least nervous student in the class. And again, if we have adjectives that are 3 syllables or more, then we would do the same thing as the last rule for 2-syllable words. Add the plus most or least and the adjective. So beautiful, three syllables, becomes the most beautiful. The rose in the garden is the most beautiful flower. Dangerous becomes the most dangerous. Difficult becomes the least difficult. And expensive becomes the most expensive or the least expensive. This car is the least expensive car at this dealership. And of course, there are some irregular adjectives, such as good. It changes completely to better and best. So the superlative form is best. Bad changes to comparative of worse and superlative of worst. So the worst grade that I got last time was on my listening test. And then fun, we can say funnest, but most of the time we'll say the most fun. The most fun is the best way to use for fun. Do you know some other irregular adjectives that don't follow the common rules? So finally, let's look at some examples using superlatives. A Ferrari is the fastest car. You might say the Ferrari is the fastest car. That's more correct. A McDonald's hamburger is the cheapest hamburger because we're comparing with other hamburger restaurants. Alaska is the coldest state in the USA. We're comparing to a group of states, all 50 states in the USA. Peaches are the sweetest fruit. In this case, we're not comparing to lemons, we're comparing to many different fruits in the group of fruit. So, peaches are the sweetest fruit. That's my opinion. Maybe you have a different opinion, but superlatives work this way. The plus EST. All right. Thank you so much for watching. So there you have it. That's our lesson about superlatives. Knowing how to use an adjective to compare 3 or more items or an item with many parts of the group, all the other parts of the group. Did it make sense to you? Do the examples here help you? If you have a question or you want to know more, leave it down below in the comment section and I'll do my best to help you. Thanks very much for watching. By the way, have you subscribed to this channel? Would you like and subscribe and share this video with your friends? I would appreciate that. This way I can share these lessons with many more people and help them improve their English skills. Thanks so much. And if you want to know more lessons about learning English, there are more in the playlist on my channel. Take a look. I hope they'll be helpful for you. And be sure to let me know if you have a question. Thanks so much for watching.